6. The Reds have been in first for 44 straight, but their lead's only 1 going into Sunday's action. Junior sat out. Eckstein got off. Cleared the fence with the bases loaded. He's got 4 homers this year. 3 of them are grand slams.
I was going to say, 3 grannies.
That's productivity. Bottom 4, Adam Kennedy. Into the gap, and nobody's going to get there.
Well, that's the other thing you're going to see in interleague play. Balls that are hit because they're not familiar with playing against certain guys are going to fall in like that ball right there. That doesn't fall in an American League game.
And also, Harold, they're not familiar with the warning tracks and the fences and how much distance. Not every warning track is the same width. So you got guys just have a different, there's not that comfortable zone the players like to get used to, and they've been going to the same stadium for 4 or 5 years.
That's Encarnacion out there having trouble. Pitching, Scott Schoenweiss in the 5th. Strikes out the side. Jason LaRue here. Oh.
He does a great job of changing speeds, not only on his fastball and breaking pitch, but he'll give you 2 or 3 different looks on each one of those. 2 batters after Barry got a single. Sean Casey, a walk. Adam Dunn, here you go, my friend. In a 7-1 game, we can make it interesting in the 5th. Not happening. Let's go to the 9th inning. It's a 7-4 save situation, and Troy Percival, phenomenal. That's something he hadn't broke out before.
Uncle Charlie, that
was nasty.
Enjoyed that one.
Yes, indeed.
7-4. This Angels team's not going anywhere. The Reds got 3 in the 9th, but come up short. Austin Kearns, 2 for 4.
Enjoy the fact that we're watching somebody else trying to hit it, right?
Exactly. That's snapdragon right there. That's a snapdragon.
Do that, Harold. How many different names for curveballs sometime, okay?
All right, we'll have to go through that one.
Bust out the dictionary. 13th save for Percival. Schoenweiss gives you 1 earned in 6 1/3.
Carl, thank you. Braves and Rangers from the ballpark. Jason Marquis and Dave Burba, the pitching matchup here. Top 4 in a 1-1 game. Andrew Jones up there, and it gets away from Pudge. Chipper on to second base. Rodriguez maybe a little rusty, only his 3rd day back from the DL. Next up, Vinny Castilla. Start of a big day for Castilla. Falls for a hit. They waved Chipper. 2-1 Atlanta. Vinny Castilla 3 for 5, a double, scored twice, drove in 2. Bottom 4, 3-1 Atlanta, and Rafael Palmeiro getting some back off Marquis. His 12th, and now it's a 1-run game. Texas back within 3-2. Bottom 5, A-Rod facing Marquis. We saw what Roger Clemens did to Barry Bonds with the elbow pad. A-Rod, this one hurt a little bit more, not much armor. Next up, Juan gone with 2 on. To short. You're going to hear Joe Morgan talk about the Braves defense. Rafael Furcal, Jesse Garcia, Julio Franco turn to 6-4-3 to end the threat. Top 6, Burba still in there. 2 guys on. And it's Javi Lopez to right center, and it will roll all the way to the wall. Andrew Jones comes in. They wave Vinny Castilla in as well. 5-2 Atlanta. And Burba is done. He went 6 innings, gave up 4 earned on 7 hits, walked 3 guys. Todd Van Poppel on in relief in the 7th, facing Gary Sheffield. And Sheffield gets all of it. A 2-run shot, his 9th of the year, 7-2. Braves in the 7th. 2 batters later, Andrew Jones. And here's A-Rod. Speaking of defense, deep into the hole to get Jones at first. But Atlanta simply has too much offense, and the Braves beat the Rangers 9-3. They get the interleague sweep down at the ballpark in Arlington.
They should get him back perhaps by next week. Luis Gonzalez exit stage right off John Burkett. Gonzo's 13th home run, 2 zip D-backs. Batista was great. Schilling was great. They made Rick Helling look great, too.
Has anybody noticed how well Rick Helling's been pitching in his last 3 or 4 starts? He's given his team a chance to win. He's gotten familiar with pitching with a different team and in a different league. Case here, he's pitching against a team that he's very familiar with in the Boston Red Sox. I think it showed up here today.
About face for Dahlbach, Shea Hillenbrand, forget about it.
Looks like a Trevor Hoffman windup. It looks like he slowed his windup up, got a little higher leg kick. Little simple adjustments.
It's Finley. Good play at first by Clark. Burkett is there for the out. Top 6, still a close game. 3-1 Diamondbacks. Grace is at the plate. Hard on the ground a second. Whoa! Lou Merlone with a web gem.
Pretty. Sweet pick.
Top 7, 4-1 D-backs. Junior Spivey. Chris Haney's on the mound, swinging a drive. He posed for a second. Remember that. He posed for a second. Damon can't come up with it. Takes a weird hop towards right. Dahlbach, he fumbles it around out there. Spivey was posing earlier. That's an inside the park home run.
With a pose.
With a pose. He stood there for a second or 2.
That's how it's called finishing your swing, Mr. Ravitch. He finished it, didn't he?
That wasn't a pose.
That was a pose.
Another great pitching performance for Arizona. They held the Red Sox to 22 hits in 23 games. This was the Red Sox, a team hitting .290. Lou Merlone said after anybody would have beaten us today, we did not play well. So we Sunday to go up against Barry, who one day ago dented the upper deck. Another 55,000 plus there to watch it. This is what Rocket said. I'm going to introduce myself quickly to that big piece of plastic on Bond's elbow. We'll see if we can't make him take it off and make it even with that thing sticking out over the zone. Here we go. First pitch. He inside.
Well, they tried to bust him inside. You saw him there. He's going to go back outside for effect. That's going to be the only strike. Then he comes back with a nice little split. But watch where the next couple pitches are. Tries to bust him in, get him off the plate. I saw that with Ichiro this weekend in Seattle. The Cubs made Ichiro move his feet, try to make Barry move his feet out of the little toe hole.
They held Ichiro hitless through many of those games. Barry is getting some hits, and he's also scoring some runs. Clemens' pitch gets past Posada, a wild one, 1-0 Giants. Third inning. He got inside too much and hit him right on that brace. Let's see what Barry's reaction is.
I don't think anybody takes getting hit by a pitch more classy than Barry Bonds.
All right. Meantime, Jason Giambi watches Ortiz buzz one over his head. Both benches got worn. Why is Dusty so upset about it?
Well, I just think, you know, he wants to at least have an opportunity there to pitch like Rogers pitching.
That's a ball that's up and out. It's not at the hitter. That's why he's upset.
Or really a one.
Did that ball not bounce off the back up there off the black? Isn't that a ground rule double?
Yeah, I think so.
Over Bernie Williams. It is a ground rule double. Feliz scores. Bonds would walk later in the inning. 2-1 Giants. Posada swing and a miss. This is a big spot in the sixth. Nick Johnson called strike 3. Russ Ortiz phenomenal. 8 Ks, 7 innings, 3 hits, and an earned run.
That ball is outside.
Let's go to the bottom of the 8th. Rob Nen to face Nick Johnson. Are you kidding me? Ahead in the count, 1-2, and Nick, Shinjo couldn't get there. Enrique Wilson scores. Posada scores. They were both put on by Rodriguez, but Nen couldn't slam it shut. 3-2 Yankees. Next batter, Rondell White. Good night. Johnson scores. Yankees got a 4-2 lead. And they do it against arguably one of the best bullpens in baseball. Now to the 9th. 4-2, 1 on, 2 outs. Who's up? Barry Bonds. Got a little conference here.
Well, it's a little, keep in mind, he's only the tie and run here. You got an opportunity to be in the home team. I don't think it's that big a decision there. At the very worst, he ties the game up.
3-1, they decide, let's go. Put him on.
Well, also, he knows that.
Winning run. And Benito Santiago grounds for third. Yankees win it by a score of 4-2.
Well, I think Joe is looking at also the bullpen, the fact that, you know, they didn't have Mariano available today. Shut it down.
Well, that shows you they got 2 or 3 guys down in the bullpen with a background of closing. So when Mariano needs a day, they got a guy like Parsay come in and do the job.
Little groin injury for Mariano. Clemens gets win number 288, first win in 4 starts. Through a season-high 130 pitches, he didn't walk anybody besides Bonds. And for all the criticism of Bonds, he signed autographs for nearly 10 minutes before the game. Dusty said of Clemens, quote, "You can be bold over here in the American League." Put on some weight, got some muscle there, facing Sean Estes with a man on. Left center field, Roger Cedeno.
I don't think people realize how strong Omar is. He's always been a pretty solid guy. This year, he's driving some balls out of the ballpark, coming up with some big knocks.
Did a lot of working out in the offseason. Mets committed 1 error. Now to the 7th, their defense struggles again. Milton. And Bradley with a chopper to first. Mo Vaughn holding.
That's a fielder's choice right there. Just didn't make the decision. Now we're going to show where the shortstop covers the bag, which he's supposed to do on this play, and Mo just does not make the throw. Buck, what do you think?
Well, he's going to have to make a pretty athletic throw there. He probably can get it done. The thing that might bother me is he's got to give the ball up and at least get an out at first base.
Get something out of it.
Right field line. Oh, no. E3. Hats off scores. Mets second error. Indians grab a 7-2 lead. They're not going to take that much longer in New York, seeing that stuff. Mike Piazza.
They're going to have to. What are they going to do? Hire other people?
Move them. Sit them. Do something. You know how impatient those folks are.
They ain't going to move all that money.
59 errors for the Mets. They'll move the man who made the decision then.
Well, maybe.
Vizquel, 1 home run shy of matching his career high of 9.
I find the New York fans very, very patient, Carl. Probably.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
Yeah,
he laughs at the thought. He laughs at the thought he's on steroids or as bad as Cork and says he'd welcome the whisper. That would be awesome. A little guy like me.
Omar.
Marlins Twins. Top 2, fish down a run. Rick Reed, 2 down. Derek Lee. Respect the Bing. That's a shot to center. He's got 11. It's 1-1. Top 4, fish down 2-1. This is Derek Lee. Uh-oh, breaking out. Solo shot center. Now with 12. 3-1.
When you see a hitter like almost double pump, you can tell when he's seeing the ball really well.
Twins get up the phone, try to respond. But it's Derek Lee. This is his day. What a play at first.
That's one of the things that he's always brought through, his ups and downs offensively. He's been a pretty good defender.
5-1, bases loaded. Julian Tavares to Torrey Hunter. Not happening. Opportunity missed for the Twins. Another jam in the 7th. Down 4, 2 on, 1 down. It's the Armando Almanzar sighting. It's Hunter again. Oh, this is a game he's going to want to forget.
Spider-Man, what's up?
David Ortiz underneath. Mike Lowell.
That's trouble.
Mike Lowell on the run. The Twins stranded 10 in the first 7 innings.
Well, Mike Lowell really showing me something right there. Not very often do you see a visiting player take his eye off the ball, see where he's at, come back and catch it because of that white roof.
Not only a visiting player, like Buck said. Not only a visiting player has never been there before.
Especially in a day game there, Harold. I think with the sun hitting that roof, it makes it even tougher to pick up the ball.
Three's wild here. Lowell had 3 RBIs. Fox had 3 hits. The Marlins avoided a 3-game sweep, and the Twins scored. Wrapping up their series with Sammy and the Cubs, and look out, Sammy, way up.
Watch how many people don't really want to call this fly ball. You take it, I guess I'll take it.
Well, McLemore knew why not to. He was playing third, so she got the first. Sun.
Well, yeah, but also the 3-0 count. That's the big hack. That's the thing I'm thinking about because Sammy got a fastball right there. It's interesting. Tough sun there in Seattle, though, sitting right in the eyes. Mr. Miller come over.
He had the same trouble.
Tried to get his body off to the side, just lost it.
Same at bat. You give Desi Rutherford an extra out, and he was going to do this. Oh, we got a rundown.
Let's see how they
executed.
Oh, that's
nice.
Beautiful.
Real nice.
You know why? Why was it executed, Buck?
Well, we will talk about that later, Harold.
I mean, that was about as good as it can get.
They got on the proper side. They closed the rundown. I mean, it's nice.
We'll do a whole demonstration on rundowns later, although that was one you could probably record and play back. Uh-oh, Sammy Sosa, get out of town. Like the Derby.
That's what I'm saying. This is who's hot right here.
Uh-oh, Fred McGruff.
When he cries, and he capes you like that, crime dog.
What do you call it? Capes?
Cape.
Back-to-back jacks, they're up 4-zip. Miller, right field. Corey Patterson, he's got afterburners. What's he looking at?
Looking at east side. Oh!
I can't believe Ben Davis on this ball goes and gets this throw from Ichiro. If you stay at the plate here, take a look at this. If you stay at the plate, watch how far out he is. I'm guarantee I knew right away that wasn't Wilson catching because Wilson would have stood anchored right there on the baseline and he'd have been out easily.
Cubs win it 5-1. Ichiro did get a hit in this one. He had been hitless, and the Don Baylor phone should be ringing a lot because I'm sure teams are going to try to figure out what in the world they did to keep Ichiro down so much. Lieber scatters 10 hits in the complete game win.
Get some line drives at some people in that. I saw him play.
First win in his last 8 starts for John Lieber. All right, Cardinals got a 5-game interleague winning streak going as they play the rival Royals. Miguel Asensio coming off of a very good start. Pitch got away. Pujols coming home. Brent Maine.
Oh, they saved. Woo, what a play.
I think you'll have an idea that Jim Wolf thought he might have missed it by how much grief he took from both these guys. Anytime you see a veteran catcher like Brent Maine argue that ferociously, more than likely he's got a good case. Probably got the tag there. Now watch the relief pitcher here. Watch his reaction, Harold. This is hilarious. And never hits the plate. So he's gonna, and he makes a safe call there, and he still hasn't hit the plate. Just an all-around. Pretty much says
That's
it all.
Asensio. Chucked his glove down. Here's some good D in the 5th by the Cards. Beltran swinging a drive. Eli Marrero's a catcher, and he's doing it, catching it out there.
Hey, he's a great athlete. He went a long way to get that.
Lucido Polanco. Pretty stab at 3rd. Sweeney done.
You heard Gary Sheffield talk about the Braves catching the ball. That's what happened with the Cardinals, too. They're starting to catch the ball.
Ibanez to right, walk-off shot. Timlin despondent. Upset, angry. If he had a glove, he'd throw it. And he may have afterwards. The Royals survive, and they avoid the sweep. That was only Raul Ibanez's 2nd home run of the season. Jason Simon-Tachi failed in his bid to become the first rookie since Rene Arocha in '93 to win his first 5 decisions.
Simon-Tachi, Arocha.
We got
it working, Ravi.
Rockies, Blue Jays, roll tape.
Arrivederci.
Top 1, Justin Miller facing Todd Zeal. 2 outs, man on first. Uh-oh, wild. Ken Huckabee. Right back to you. Todd Helton. You kidding me? Are you kidding?
That's a Little League backstop right there.
It's going whose way? Toronto. This is a good play by Eric Hinsky, HR.
Well, anytime you have to circle the ball barehand and come up with a throw like that on a speedy runner, that's web gym material.
All right, top 9. We'll see if it shows up later. 1-0 Jays. It's Benny Agbayani in the game. He's pinch hitting. Kelvin Escobar, 2 outs, and they're loaded, Buck.
Well, he gets into a hole pretty fast here. He throws 3 straight balls to Agbayani, so he really has nowhere to go. He's able to get the count back to 3-2, but Agbayani is going to come through here in just a second. It's depressing because you think you've got a chance here to make this game a lot easier than it turned out to be for Toronto.
Well, you're right, because now they're down. Bottom 9, here we go with the Blue Jays. Hinsky, he led off the inning with a single. Jose Jimenez, Tom Wilson. Hinsky's off and running. Good throw gets him, but he's in there. Wilson then doubles to right. Now the steal created the run there. Hinsky scores. It's 2-2. 2 batters later, Jimenez facing Joe Lawrence, first and third, and Lawrence to right field. Chris Woodward is going to score. The whole place is shaking. They don't know what to make of this Toronto team, which has won 4 in a row in 9 of 10.
Wow, very nice.
6-1 under Carlos Tosca. Now on Baseball Tonight, Sunday at 12:30 Eastern during the day, we talked about some of the comments that J.P. Ricciardo, the GM, had made regarding the dismissal of Buck Martinez. Eric Hinsky on Sunday said, "That was a good change for us. We're all confident right now and playing well." They're serving it up in Camden. Top 1 scoreless. Brian Jordan, man on first and 2 down, and he is not retired. He doubles to left off Sidney Ponson. Sean Green all the way around from first. That was a good point you made earlier, Buck. Not that all your points aren't good, but you're seeing guys have real problems fielding balls off walls. 2 RBIs in the game for Jordan, and Odalis Perez seems to be comfortable on any hill lately. He strikes out Singleton.
Baseball's a game of familiarity. You know, when you're familiar with the pitcher you face, you have better success. When you're familiar with the field, you field the ball better, everything. Not too many people familiar with this guy right here.
Earlier on Baseball Tonight, 12th. Oh, he got nailed.
Man.
Jim Tracy. I can't believe Jim did that.
Well, let's see if it affected him in the game some 5 hours later.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Gary Matthews leads off.
Uh-oh. Hey, get it in. Get it in.
Next batter's Melvin Mora. Try to bunt, no success. Matthews beats the throw to third.
Throwing lane, Harold.
Well, we'll talk about rundowns in a second.
Get all sorts of throwing lane references shortly. Gagne, Mora, splitter. Gagne, heat past Roberts. And then Gagne. He falls behind 3-0. 3-0, Buck.
Well, obviously, he's not trying to give in here. Very big spot in the game. Oh,
the movement on his ball, though, it's just nasty. Look at that movement.
That's a 3-1 split. Fastball out of the zone.
I got your cream pie right here.
Love this guy. Here it is. Hit it. I dare you.
You know, Carl, they're not throwing pies in the face of people they don't like.
That's right, yeah.
Got that right.
There's a lot.
Eric, we still appreciate you coming on, even though your teammates set you up.
Harold, you ever get a pie in the face?
No.
Would you like to?
What's that say about it? Gagne said after this one, situation-wise, this is the biggest save ever. I had to strike a guy out. I couldn't give up anything. Dodgers have won 12 and they're past 17. Perez, our pitching staff right now, might be the best in both leagues. This is a team feeling real good about itself. Ponson was excellent. LA's hit it to 69 double plays. Uh-oh, wait a minute.
Hey.
Outdoor showers in Chicago. That's following the big sleepover. Ordonez.
Well, that's called fighting a ball off right there. And he just slapped that puppy to right. No biggie. 2-zip
Chicago. He can't hit. And I tell you what, Harold, when Burley's pitching for the White Sox, all of a sudden their bats seem to wake up.
Well, wake up or not, this is an emergency hack right here. This ball is in the glove. Ah! Okay, thank you.
Pull the string. Jose Valentin. Into right. Uh-oh, Vladimir, Michael Barrett. You got it. Maglio stays at third. Get back there. Oh, no. Into left. Maglio scores. Valentin, he's also in on the error. We had one great throw. That's all we needed to make here, no?
Well, the problem was he didn't hit the cutoff, man. You want that ball down a little bit more. Now you give the cutoff an option to force the runner to go to second, and Barrett thought he might have another play.
Bad news on this play. Kenny Lofton busting down first. Strains his right hamstring. Number 1, day-to-day. Bases loaded for Ordonez in the 5th. big spot. Britt Reams. Oh, that's hit hard to right, Harold. No emergency stroke there.
Oh, not at all.
Bring them all in.
Most underrated player in the American League right there, Maglio Ordonez. I don't think people realize how good he is. 5-tool player.
Ties his career high with 6 RBIs. White Sox win at 13-2. Is this a strange combination, Buck? You get your offense comes to life when your best starting pitcher is on the mound. They give him 6.5, 6.7 runs a game, and the rest of the guys get 5.3.
Tough to figure. I can't really make any sense of it. But isn't it strange how you see more hamstring leg pulls day games after night games? You wonder why managers try to give certain veteran players off. I think fatigue sets in with a short rest.
Frank Robinson says pitching's not there for us. I wish I knew what was up with Pavana. Out west, Astros, they're taking on the A's. And you're right, all these interleague games right now being played at American League ballparks. Lance Berkman trying to light a fire here. Blast to left. Hyatt off the wall. Berkman, leadoff double. Now, he's used to playing in that park. That's his home park. Berkman would score to fielder's choice. Loaded, 2 outs. Ramon Hernandez facing Tim Redding and through. Justice is going to score. Chavez is going to score. 2-run single for Hernandez. Guy seems to come up with a lot of clutch hits. 2-1 A's. 3 batters later, they're reloaded, and Tejada jumps him.
Oh, boy.
Oh. Under the glove. That clears the bases. 3 runs come home. Double for Tejada. 6-1 A's. 6-2 Hidalgo. Bases loaded. Hang 'em and bang 'em. Wow. Is it deep enough? Well, in Enron, it certainly is. Or the former Enron, now Astro Field. It's not deep enough here.
Adam Pyatt, I think he's going to be glad when this game goes.
Look at the center fielder, Terrence Long. Even though he bobbled it, but he was over there to back that play up.
Here's Billy Koch later in the inning. They're reloaded. He walks in the tie run. Tied at 6. Blown save for Billy. Come on now. Berkman's up and the bases loaded. Koch. It gets him to bounce to first. Billy's over there. 6-6. Bottom 8, though. Excitement. Tejada. Oh, leads off Octavio Dotel. Just leaving. Solo shot number 12 for number 4. A's up 7-6. It's a final now. Ooh. Astros have lost 4 in a row and 6 of 7. They're really in trouble, huh?
I tell you, this club has been a real surprise to me. I thought they were going to be a lot better than this right now. But there's still a lot of season left.
Their injuries to their starting pitching hasn't helped. But boy, that's a surprise. They still can rake, and they're not doing it. Tim Hudson, 7 innings, 7 hits, 1 earned run. Phillies and the Tigers. Top 3, 4-2 Detroit. Man on first, Steve Sparks facing Pat Burrell. Burrell swinging a drive, center field. Damian Jackson. Oh, boy. Misread that one all the way to the wall. Abreu scores, and Burrell's got a triple.
So often, Carl, we see people experimenting with infielders in the outfield in the major league level where they haven't really got a lot of time out there, and Damian's an infielder. Toughest ball to center field is a ball hit right at you. Ah! That's what happened.
One of the keys for outfielders coaches is to tell a guy, if you don't know the depth of the ball, don't move. Just like a bird dog. Just sit there and make sure you know the depth first.
All right, man on for Craig Paquette against Batalico. This thing's got the distance, but wow. That looked fair, but it was called foul. Paquette can't believe it. Replays were somewhat inconclusive, although did lead you to believe that it was foul. He later went down swinging, and the Phillies won the game by a score of 7-4. 5, I should say. Wow. Good job of hitting by Marlon Anderson in the series, too. 3 for 4. Bobby Abreu gets 3 hits. Phillies got went to Detroit and got well.
Vaughn facing Rodney Myers. Vaughn pop-up. D'Angelo Jimenez going over and runs into his own teammate. Luckily, Julius Matos is there to make a catch. Look at this. Now, this is the bullpen catcher, so apparently he seems to think that maybe he's in the bullpen, he can catch it.
No.
That's all right. It all ends well. Padres win it. Looks like this. Bucks and Beermakers, 8th inning. We're tied at 3, and Pokey Reese, good Pokey, 2-run homer, his first since August 31st of last year. The Pirates over Milwaukee